Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a few ways you can get incredibly rare cars in Forza Horizon 5, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So this first way is probably a little bit more time consuming than the other methods, and it essentially involves a festival playlist. If you didn't know, every single week they bring back a new rare car, or they'll give you a backstage pass to get an existing rare car, or they'll just add a new car that ends up being rare anyways. And how you get it is just by completing these events right here. As you can see, they each award different amounts of points, and essentially if you get just 20 points total, you'll earn this car of the week. And then of course for the series, if you earn 80 points and then 160 points, that's across all 4 weeks put together. So it's a pretty simple way of earning cars, but it still takes quite a bit of time because you actually have to complete events to earn the car. And unfortunately, you can't time travel like you used to be able to do in Horizon 4, which means like resetting the time and date on your Xbox or PC back a few months to get previous cars. You can't do that anymore. But moving on to the next way, and this is pretty much the best way that exists in the game outside of the backstage pass here, because in my opinion, anything that's been brought back to the backstage pass isn't really that rare anymore. As you can see, there's tons of cars in there now. And at one point, almost all these cars were really hard to get, but I don't see these cars as rare anymore, and there's still tons of rare cars in the game. Boys, before we go any further, we do have a quick 30-second sponsor for today's video. If you guys are looking for a safe, secure, modded account, go ahead and check out MitchCactus.com. And if you do decide to purchase anything, make sure you're using code Rizon for 5% off all your purchases. They do offer anywhere from coin packages to your existing Forza account. So if you don't want to go ahead and start a new account because you already have progress on your existing one, that's okay. They can add as much as you would like to your existing account depending on the package you buy. They have thousands of Trustpilot reviews. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out MitchCactus.com. And essentially, how you know a car is rare is you can just put its name into the search bar here, and when you click confirm, if nothing comes up at all, then that car is indeed rare. Now, for newer players, you might just assume you can't get this car. You'll see this page pop up, you'll see there's none posted, and like me, back when I started playing Forza, I kind of just assumed that, okay, this is a car we can't get from the auction house, so I will wait until it returns, or I just won't get that car. But actually, this just means there's none posted right now. And how the auction house works is every time you click into it like this, it resets the auction house and has a chance of showing one. Unfortunately though, if you're just sitting in it like this, none will ever show up. The auction house doesn't refresh on its own. You have to force it to refresh by backing out like this. So essentially, how you get rare cars is you search like this and back out, and you search and back out over and over again, and this is what's known as auction sniping. And the reason auction sniping is really cool is because you have no idea how long you could be searching before a rare car shows up. You could be waiting multiple hours if you're incredibly unlucky. Most of the time it's in increments of 10 minutes. It's not insane, depending on the car you're searching for. Or you could get really lucky and just buy a car on the first try. It's happened a lot, and people just assume a certain car isn't rare because they've gotten really lucky, gone and searched, and there's been one right there. However, this is just half the battle, is getting the car to show up. There are a few other things you have to know to prepare yourself to buy rare cars in Forza Horizon 5 when they do actually show up. And let's go ahead and dive into what that looks like. We'll go for a general search here. I'm gonna go to the bottom because actually those cars expire in 1 minute. Hold please. Here we go. We got some cars that'll last for 20 minutes here. So most people, when you're newer to the game, hello PlayStation players, if you're watching this video, will click on the auction like this and load into it because obviously, that's what makes the most sense to do. You want to click on the car that you want to buy, and then they will come here and they will click buy out. But that's way too slow. Chances are, by the time you've clicked on a car and loaded into the auction like this, with the really rare cars, somebody has already bought it. Yes, it does actually happen that fast. So what you want to do instead is you'll notice at the bottom of your screen, there's an auction options button. Say that 10 times fast. And what happens when you press that button is it brings up a nice little pop-up menu here. I don't know for what reason you would ever report an auction. This is probably the least used function in Forza. But you'll notice we have a very important option here to buy out. So I'm gonna find a car that's a little less expensive, like this one right here. And if I go to buy out and confirm it, it instantly buys the car like that in about 2 seconds total, as opposed to how long it would take if I were to load into the auction here and then wait for it to pop out and then click buy out. That is almost triple the amount of time. And there's actually a way you can practice doing this faster. So what I do is I make sure everything's clear here, and I will set my max buyout here to 10,000 credits. And when it's at 10,000 credits, you can search, and essentially wait a second. Oh, right. We're gonna have to go a little higher. I forgot 11,000 is the minimum. And what you'll do is you'll search, and the first thing you'll do with the top car is you'll practice pressing Y, going one option down to buy out, and then just spamming your buy button as fast as possible, because that is the sequence of buttons you have to click in order to get the rare cars fast. And since these are 11,000 a pop, it's not really the end of the world. It's not a whole lot of money. If you're worried about money, check out my channel. I have plenty of videos showing you how to get money easily. So all you'll practice is loading in, Y down, spam the A button, and hopefully you buy the car. So I'm gonna do that one more time for you guys in slow motion. Is you load in, and it's auction options down once. It's always the same sequence. The first two options are always going to be place bid and buyout. These ones change a little bit depending on the tuner, painter, or whatever's on there. But the two that remain the same are the two at the top. So you can just practice going in and buying the car just like this. And you want to get really fast at that motion. How I did it there is about as fast as you need to be. If you're able to do it that fast when a rare car actually shows up, then you're probably going to be fine. And in terms of rare cars, if you don't have any specific ones in your mind that you want, then all you have to do is just hop on and start flipping through cars. The Pro Stock Camaro is rare. And if you're just trying to complete your collection, this is a great way to do it. Just scroll through, find out which cars are rare, and sit there for 10-15 minutes and try and auction snipe the car with how I showed you today. And that's really it. There's no special trick or anything to it. This is everything you need to know in order to go get yourself auction sniping. And there are no cars that can't show up. Every single car that you can search for can show up. Just some of them are extremely limited drops. For example, this Plymouth Belvedere here. It doesn't seem like it would be a special car. However, this car has only released one single time into the game about a year ago, so you have to think about it from that perspective. One of the people that got this car a year ago has to be playing right now, and then on top of that has to be willing to sell their car at this exact moment. So if you're ever curious about your chances of a car showing up, you can go over to Forza Wiki. Just be careful because there are some dangerous pop-ups on the website, so don't click anything else you don't have to. But you can type in the name of the car and scroll down and read a little biography on the car, and it will tell you how many times it's released, what time it most recently released, and it helps you build an idea for how long you might be searching for these cars. And that's pretty much all the advice I have to offer today. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, let me know with a comment, like, subscribe, or all three down below. If you guys are new to Forza, welcome. We're happy to have you. Make sure you subscribe for lots of Forza content. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.